Looking beyond the Industrial Revolution, there were two major developments in the world economy in the 19th century that I'll address in this lecture. The first was a new phase of expansion in trade and migration between countries, a phase that's known as the first era of globalisation that lasted from around 1820 to World War I. We'll look at what happened during this phase and why, and also look at the consequences. An important aspect of the international economy during this period was a mechanism known as the gold standard. And so we'll spend some time looking at what the gold standard was and why it was such an important part of the international economy. The second main development during this period was the rise to prominence of the US economy. By the end of the 19th, early 20th century, the US had overtaken Britain as the world's largest industrial producer and had also become the richest economy in the world. I'll begin by presenting an overview of the rise of the US economy, describing the mass production economy that developed in the United States, and then go on to look at the main factors that explain how the US economy came to prominence. The Industrial Revolution had changed the nature of the employment relationship between employers and workers, and this evolved further during the 19th century and with the rise of the US economy. It's worthwhile then spending a little bit of time looking at what the nature of the employment relationship in modern industrial economies was at the end of the 19th and early 20th century. The factors that had propelled the US to be the richest economy in the world were in fact factors that were shared by a group of other countries' economies at the same time. Favourable geography, links to the Industrial Revolution in Europe were characteristics that were shared by a group of other countries that have come to be known as the settler economies. And so to finish this lecture, I'll talk about that group of economies and the basis of their economic success. In the next part of this lecture, I'll go on to talk about the first year of globalisation.